Joining us from the University of San Francisco, head coach Kyle Smith, along with student athlete Charles Minlend. Coach Smith, an opening statement from you on the game, please.
I thought we got momentum's a real thing we talk about all the time, and Pepperdine has been playing well. Obviously, came from behind 2 games, and really confident group right now. And they kind of came out, hit a few, I don't know what they were, from 3 pretty early on, and kind of dug us a little hole, and we bounced back. And then they just were persistent and made a lot of plays offensively, played small, and really put us in some compromising positions. And we're not used to playing from behind like that, and no one likes to do that. But they stayed with it, and they, sometimes you had to. They played really well.
Thank you. We'll take questions from media members. If you have one, please raise your hand and wait for us to get a microphone over to you. And let us know your name and affiliation before you ask your questions. We'll start with John here in the second row.
John Krempecker, West Coast Conference Sports for Charles. At what point in the game did you really feel it start to get away from you after a pretty decent start to the game? But at what point did you have doubts?
I'm not sure there was a point. I think there was, when it got down to like 3 minutes left, and then we were down like 18 with down 18 with like 3 minutes. It's pretty hard to come back. You have to have a lot of things go your way and a lot of things not go their way. And they were making shots, and they had momentum, like Coach was saying at the time. So that we just wanted to turn them over as much as possible and see if we could get some shots to go in, but it didn't work that way, but that's what happened.
Spencer.
Spencer McLaughlin, KSU for Charles. You didn't have your best night from the floor. What did you feel Pepperdine was doing defensively to keep you and Frankie in check as well?
I don't know. I think more so it's taking a look at myself. Sometimes, I don't know if it's the conditioning or legs, but a lot of shots fell short. So I have to take a look at what I've been doing and make sure that I'm more prepared next time I'm in that situation.
Come over here to the back.
Thank you. Nathan Schaup, San Francisco Chronicle. This is for Coach. You guys, mid-January, you guys were sitting at 14-2. You had Gonzaga on the ropes. It was looking like a really fun season for you guys. Sitting here now, you lose 4 straight to close out the season. We'll see what happens next week. I mean, what are your kind of thoughts on the last couple weeks and where you guys are?
I think it's a process on in being that story is a great story as far as putting ourselves in that position. We had a good veteran group that did a great job for us to get us that position. And there's a coaching programs as an assistant where you have to win every game. And and it's hard. It's really hard. You got to go through it. Where, I mean, like I said, my 10-year-old son will tell me what our net rating is, and that's banned in our household. But it's reality. And with the social media and that, and there's and we played tight games a whole year, and I just think it caught up to us a little bit. We just weren't the same defensively. The month of February, we had the 6 out of 8 on the road, and I thought I'm proud of our guys, and they got to go through that. But disappointed, obviously, the way we finished. But then to play with that kind of pressure is foreign to us, and we'll learn from it, and we're just going to grow. That's the only option.
Come over here to Adam on our far right.
Thanks. Coach, could you talk about the story of Frankie coming back and kind of helping the program, and now the career that he's had for you guys, kind of not coming to an end, but here this week?
Yeah, no, it's been often spoken of, and it could have worked out better. We finished better, but just when was offered the job and the opportunity he was out there, and obviously the story's known. He was enrolled in junior college, not playing, driving Uber. A couple guys left in the transition, and I just think it's such a great program with great history. And this guy was a ball boy from the area, from the peninsula, from Burlingame. Grew up, working USF games. He's a WCC guy, Italian American. I like to throw that in there too, and just be able to lead our program and get it back to you know, we're 3 straight 20-win seasons. He had a lot to do with that, and so did the other guys in that locker room. And with Nate being Renfro's unsung hero. From day one, he just said, "Hey, coach, whatever you need." And our culture got really, I put our culture up against anyone as far as attitude, work ethic, enjoying each other's company, going to class, being true student athletes. But that's not, they don't let you, they don't give you wins for that. But I do think smart wins. I think that's good. And Frankie had a lot to do with that. So really thankful he came back.
Any other questions for San Francisco? John?
Yeah, Kyle, do you at this point expect an NIT bid? Is that reasonable for your group?
You know, I would hope so. Obviously, we would love any opportunity. I think there's enough time for us to get recharged and do that, but you know, that's not up to me. But we'll shoot. The program's going to continue. We got good young guys. We're going to work at it and get back to it, and hopefully, like I said, there's some growth here. You got to own it. You got to wear it, and we're going to get back to work. I mean, I think credit to Pepperdine. They were down 12 to Pacific in the first round. They just, you know, they got it going, and San Diego could have easily came out to this tournament and finished 7th, and they're playing really good basketball. So these kids are young. There's a lot of emotions, and I think I'd be lying to say if our spirit probably got a little broken, you know, the San Diego game at home, and we just haven't been able to recover. And believe me, we're doing everything we can to try to right the ship. And like I said, some of it's that, and some Pepperdine played pretty darn good. You know, they banged a lot of shots. They're good. They shot the ball well all year in league, and they cause a matchup problem because Jimbo really didn't have anyone to guard for them. It's hard. It's really hard for him to play man to man. So we played zone, and that caused some problems too.